Tyler, you think this is a game you'd like to see on an annual basis?
Yeah, I'm not scared to play anyone.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not scared. Let's be clear about that. We ain't scared. Period.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. Will Wade says he ain't scared.
He ain't scared.
ULL
Period.
might be. Wow, what a night at the Pete
It was
Maravich Assembly Center on Wednesday. You were on hand sitting with your signing
teammate.
classmate, your teammate Rudy Macklin, and what a night. You used this word earlier when we were speaking. It was an entertaining night for a lot of reasons, but first let's get to the basketball, okay? The stuff between the lines, in the 94 feet. What did you think of the basketball game, LSU's win over ULL?
Tip of the hat to the Raging Cajuns. They played well. But here's the difference. Power 5, mid-major. Everybody's got good guards. You can find 6'3", 6'2", 6-footers everywhere. And there's tons of them, and they're very, very good. The difference, the Power 5s get the bigs. And the Raging Cajuns had no answer for Duop Reith. No answer. And if LSU wanted to, they could have fed the ball to him and gotten him 50 points like that.
Right.
But it was entertaining. It was fun.
Big crowd was on hand. And when you look at a 6 o'clock start, short notice on the game, if you will, when the NIT made their announcements and all. And you got to tip your hat to the Raging Cajun fans.
Oh.
Many of them showed up. Lafayette's a good sports town, and they proved that again last night by showing up by the thousands.
It was like a tournament game in which they divvy up the seats. And they give you X amount, you X amount, not like a regular home game. So Cajuns traveled like crazy. They were great support. They had their cheerleaders, their dance team, their band was there, and a ton of fans. And very well respected, very orderly, very good. And every once in a while there's one or two. And on LSU's side, there's one or two.
There's always
one or two.
clowns in the
building. But for the most part, it was really, really a classy act in the stands. It wasn't always classy between the lines and right outside the lines. It was
the bench area. But
let me put it this way.
That.
LSU players that aren't from the state of Louisiana learn really quickly what that game meant. I'll just leave it at that.
And as you said on your radio program on Thursday morning, don't look for them two to play in basketball anytime
Well, I
soon.
said that Thursday morning. Today, it'll be a cold day in hell before they ever play again.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah,
not
I
gonna
I
happen.
thought Aaron Hill threw the bat in the dugout again. Oh, that's for you old timers.
Yeah, but they still play baseball.
Yeah, well, they had a little gap.
A little gap.
But anyway, so LSU gets it done. It's an NIT win.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach Wade said, hey, getting in the NIT was a good step for this program. They get the win. In a game they were 4.5-point favorites, and them wise guys were pretty close, and it was down the stretch. And now they'll go to Utah on Monday night for a tough matchup in Salt Lake City.
That ain't happening. I was pulling for UC Davis.
Because then the game would have been in Baton Rouge.
Been a whole different way. I got to go play in that altitude. No, that's tough.
As you see, when they beat ULL, not Mississippi State, but
Samson
LSU moves on to the second round, 18th win of the season, reap with their double-double, and they'll play Utah on Monday night. So that'll be the second round. Of course, we'll talk about that one
There's
next
only 16
week.
teams left, so it's a quick little. They're in the Sweet 16 of the NIT.
Well, hey, it's a step forward,
Absolutely.
and maybe they can go out there and shake something up with Utah. I don't know.
But look, the NIT is owned by the NCAA, and they did the right thing pairing those two teams together, because if LSU was playing UC Davis or somebody, nobody would show up.
Right.
It was a terrific crowd, and it was enthusiastic. It was terrific, and Marlin poked the bear.
I was going to say,
Bob
let's get to the other stuff.
He poked it, and
Coach Marlin, who I've been told is a very good coach.
Good guy.
And a good guy.
He is.
He might want to change his comments from earlier in the week. He took unfair shots at LSU, at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, at the NIT committee. He took some unfair shots, in my opinion, okay? But he can do that. He can run his program like he sees fit.
Right.
And then last night, things spill over, and no handshakes, and I mean it was a tense atmosphere that really shouldn't have been there.
There were handshakes, but normally, and you could sense that Will Wade was ticked off. And Bob Marlin can do, like you said, he can do whatever he wants. Maybe next time he directs his angst to the NIT selection committee and not toward LSU.
Or the opponent, or any opponent.
Or any opponent. Just toward, I don't think we deserve to be a 6th seed. Here's our resume. Maybe you should have considered this. But he kept poking LSU, saying they don't want to play us, and we have a better resume and all that stuff. But regardless, normally before a game, coaches will gather, they'll talk, they'll shake hands, they'll talk a little bit. Hey, welcome to town. Is everything okay? How's your team doing? This was a quick handshake,
Boom.
No verbiage, turn and go the other way. So you could sense from the very, very beginning that Bob Marlin had gotten under Will Wade's skin.
All right, let's turn back the hands a little bit. Let's say ULL would have won the game. Then all his comments, then he can peacock a little bit.
And then they get to play again because LSU fans will demand it and say, we got to go, we got to go play them and beat them.
So, but hindsight's 20/20 on that. So,
however, it would be a tremendous rivalry to play home and away with them. It would be tremendous.
It would fill both gyms.
It would be great for LSU to go to Lafayette. It would be a hostile environment. It would get them ready for games and wherever they play in the league. It would get them ready for that.
And ULL did win the regular season in the Sun Belt. They blistered through it.
Let's
I'm just saying, okay. They were a very good team. Among the best the Sun Belt had to offer.
No question. LSU played Stephen F. Austin.
Got beat.
Stephen F. Austin's in the tournament only because they won their conference tournament in the Southland Conference. UL wins the regular season. They lose in the tournament, in the Sun Belt tournament. So because they won the regular season, they're guaranteed a spot, just like Did you see the Southeastern score?
Boo. Not a good night out in Moraga, California.
Ooh, no, that was too quick a turnaround. Sunday, and they played what? Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
So they had to leave, boom,
Monday.
And go.
Yeah,
that's too much.
And it was first appearance ever by Southeastern in the NIT, and they'd been in the NCAA tournament under Billy Kennedy.
That was like a 40-point loss.
89 to 45, 44 points, something like that. So anyway, that wasn't good, but they were there, and maybe they can build on that with Coach Ladner and Hammond.
We got to talk about it. It was poignant. It was a direct shot. Bob Marlin was making direct shots at LSU, and Will Wade got the last word in when with 12 seconds left and LSU had extended by making all the free throws down the stretch and the game was over, and he called that timeout, and he looked right at Bob. I don't know what he said. I know he said something because I was right there. Look, I don't know what he said. He said something, and it was like
It infuriated
John Chaney
Marlin.
going after John Calipari when he was at Temple and Calipari was at UMass. Right. I'm going to kill you. It was almost like that. And then after that, it was a very quick handshake like this, don't even look, and then the players stayed on the court and they were getting after it.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was entertaining. It was really good basketball. I thought it was the most entertaining game of the year. I really did.
Well, the key is to entertain, and that should bring LSU fans back when the season begins next year. I guess in theory they could have a third-round home game in NIT if they beat Utah, and depending on what else happens.
I guess.
In theory, that may or may not be
just the Final Four. They go to New York. So
so in Madison Square Garden. So anyway, we're going to have plenty of Will Wade for you. We're going to have some Bob Marlin for you as well.
Period.
Will Wade says they are not scared. A couple other things before we hit the first break. Baseball beats South Alabama Wednesday night 9-4. Conference play starts. Missouri Tigers, who are on a 9-game win streak, having their best season in a long time.
You sound like UL Lafayette.
What?
You sound like UL Lafayette. Who they played?
They played. Okay. But anyway, you got Missouri, then you got Tulane coming to the box next week for a non-conference game. But the important thing, the SEC slate gets underway against a 9-game win streak, Missouri Tigers, as they come in. And, of course, Jordy, that other thing that's happening out on the campus, spring football practice. A couple of practices in the belt. We'll hear from Coach Orgeron. We got some player comments. And Buddy Sanji was out at practice Tuesday, the Bud Man.
Who's the DJ Shark this year? Justin McMillan.
Justin McMillan. That's the forecast
That's
there.
The guy.
So we got plenty of that stuff for you. We got a little Beth Torina softball off to a fantastic start, as usual. With Beth Torina, as they've been to Oklahoma City 3 straight years, they like to make it forward, like to come back with that big
Hey,
trophy.
I have a complaint.
You can complain all you want. I don't know if anybody's going to do
you
anything
realize
about
what it is right now, don't you?
What?
I mean, can we get another TV in here so I can watch the
Well,
games
the games
while
are
this
getting-
is happening?
Well, but anyway.
Can we watch the games?
We'll watch some games. March Madness. Look, it took us, 12 minutes to get to the words March
Well, that's
Madness.
because you're the host and I'm just the.
Well, you can take over.
It's March Madness. Nothing else matters.
A lot else matters. No, nothing else matters. That's a song by Metallica.
Nothing else matters.
You like Metallica?
Are we going to learn anything new about LSU baseball after they play Missouri?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. What?
Labus is really good.
He ain't going to play this
He
weekend.
pitch Sunday.
He already pitched 6 innings. He ain't pitching on
He's in
Sunday.
relief Sunday. Watch what
You
I'm
want to bet?
telling
You want to bet a Diet Coke
Yeah,
on that?
I'll bet you a Diet
Okay,
Coke.
you're on.
He's in relief Sunday.
No, he's not.
All right. Also happening here in Louisiana, some big things out of New Orleans, starting with Drew Brees.
And that's good news.
Done deal for Mr. Drew Brees.
deal. Good
A
news.
very team-friendly contract,
Yeah.
and they want to go win another Super Bowl. So it's a done deal. Brees will finish his playing career. Just turned 39 years old with the New Orleans Saints. We'll get into a little bit of that. And then earlier this week, Zach Strief, a 7th-round draft choice. 7th-round draft choice out of Northwestern in the Big Ten. He retires. We're going to play his retirement presser. Get the Kleenex ready.
You know
when
who
he
else?
starts talking about Drew Brees. It is an emotional thing.
You know who else they picked in the 7th round of that same draft?
Who's that? Marcus Colston?
Marcus Colston.
That's
That's a pretty good 7th round, huh? How about
Anyway.
that for scouting?
Yeah, Zach Strief. They're going to miss him on the offensive line.
Is he going to Ring of Honor?
Strief?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I don't
How
think
many
so
Pro
either.
Bowls did he go to? I don't think.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does. So we got a lot happening from football, spring practice to basketball. We got it all going on for you. We will visit with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com, get his thoughts on spring football practice. And
Justin
much,
McMillan.
much more.
Justin McMillan, that's the-
Jordy says.
That's the watch out for Justin McMillan in the spring game. Don't be
He'll probably
surprised.
throw for 7,000
Oh,
yards.
he'll be the front runner, and then he'll hold the clipboard.
We'll take a break. When we
Forever.
come back, going to let you
Sorry,
hear
Justin.
from Will Wade. We're going to let you hear all of his comments. You don't want to miss it after the win over Louisiana Lafayette. You're watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Look up to the skies, that's Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Don't forget our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting.
We are not scared.
Like us on Facebook at Pelican Broadcasting. Twitter account is at Pelican Sports. Well, Will Wade, we had the opening clip. He's not scared.
This is classic
And
stuff.
now we've got his press
Classic.
conference for you in its
I love it.
entirety.
I love
it's
it.
really good stuff.
It's Dale Brownish. I'm telling you.
And I think the fans genuinely really like Will Wade and everything they've learned about him in the year plus. I think Wednesday night's win and the press conference, I think the fans are going to endear him even more.
I have a text message. Will Wade is awesome. I was a doubter for a long time. Now I am a believer.
I'm telling you.
They love him. They love him. When he turned to the
antics-
crowd and threw his arms up, come on, come on.
His
They love
antics
it.
last night endeared him
That's
deeper.
LSU fans to the core. They love that emotion. They
Well-
love that enthusiasm, and they're going to love these sound clips.
Hey,
How about that?
We'll stop talking. Here's Tiger basketball coach after the NIT victory, Will Wade.
Obviously, a good win. It's good to advance. I thought the difference was in the paint. I thought we dominated them in the paint. Wap was phenomenal, 26 and 11. Skyler really changed the game when Trey got in foul trouble in the first half, and I thought he really changed the course of the game when he came in with his dunks and attacking the rim. So proud of our guys. It was a good win, and it's good to advance. We're about action, not talk here.
All right, raise your hand if you have a question for the student athletes. Cody?
Obviously a testy atmosphere. Y'all came up with some big stops at the end. You had a couple blocks. Did the environment, the talk coming in pregame, did that kind of get you guys fired up toward the end of the game there?
Oh, definitely. Again, like Coach said, we bad action and we ain't bad at talking, so you just had to come here and take care of business.
Sky, Coach mentioned your presence when you came in off the bench. I mean, just talk about, what you were feeling and what you saw out there.
Yeah, we started off slow, so I just tried to come in and bring energy, and I was able to get a breakaway dunk, and I thought that brought something to this team, and we were able to get it going from there.
Any other questions? Michael?
Both of you, could you talk about the build-up to this and trying to keep it within the court, and I guess maybe making a statement with a game like this? Scotty, sorry.
Yeah, I'd say it's hard. Can't, just as a competitor and as a person, you can't just let somebody talk about you a certain way. And, you got to come in and stand up for yourself. So I think we did a good job of doing that today.
Just wanted to play for our fans. We appreciate them coming out today, and we just playing for each other, really. And at the end of the day, we just wanted to win.
Get a mic, Jock. Go ahead.
To the players, can you talk about Coach Wade's motivational tactics leading into the game? How to get you guys fired up for this one?
We didn't do anything special.
No.
Problem is, Jacques saw the video playing earlier.
Okay. Yeah, showed us the video, and we definitely used that as motivation, and it was a benefit for us today.
How many times did you hear it today?
Plenty.
Sky, could you talk about WAP and just him being able to take over in the fourth quarter, the third and fourth quarter, and get you those points, answering the bell? It seemed like every time they got close, you guys were able to keep a distance.
Yeah, I mean, when he was awesome. He's very talented on the offensive end, and it's very hard to stop him. And he was able to pretty much get whatever he wanted today. So we just kept on trying to feed him, and he definitely produced.
Skylar, how's this atmosphere compare to a regular SEC game?
I'd say it was up there. They brought a lot of fans, and they were excited for an opportunity to play against us, and great thing that we responded.
Can you guys talk about your mindset dominating the paint, whether it's defensively with the blocks or just the points in the paint difference?
We're bigger than them. We like taller than them. They might weigh more than us, but we got more length over them. So all we had to do was just try to play simple and just finish through them.
Jock, take a couple more for the players.
Just guys, how good does it feel? I mean, a year ago you're 10-21. You're still playing in March. How good does it feel to be advancing and moving on, and still playing basketball?
Feels good. Progress. That's the main thing. Just keep moving forward. Progress.
Yeah, it's a big turnaround. This is the time. This is definitely a time that you want to be playing, and for myself, I only get to play so many more games with these seniors, so I'm just cherishing every moment.
Skylar, do you think this is a game you'd like to see on an annual basis?
Yeah, I'm not scared to play anyone.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not scared. Let's be clear about that. We ain't scared. Period.
Any other questions for the players? Remember, the locker rooms are open. Skylar, have a lady right here. Right here.
Skylar, did any of the rule changes, the quarters, did any of that make it difficult to adjust, or was it something you were able to adjust to during the game?
I like the rule changes. But at the end of the day, it's still basketball. But I was definitely, happy with the 4 quarters. I like that.
All right, let's send the players back to the locker room.
Well, about just the pregame talk and chatter and how that fueled the game.
Is what it is. I take exception when people take shots at your program. And so our guys take exception to that. And to be honest, before Sunday, ULL wasn't even a thought in my mind. I had no idea what they were. But after the last couple of days, it's been something else. So I've never seen anything like it. So I was glad we were able to win for our fans, because I can only imagine having to listen to all that stuff. But it's just a win over a team, and we're moving forward in the NIT, and we've come a long way. We've made some progress, but I think it's a good win. I was proud of our guys. I thought we made some big plays. I thought Sampson made some big plays. I thought Wap played really well, and I thought our guys responded to their challenges leading up to the game.
Coach, what shots did UL take at you?
You been under a rock?
Specifically
talking about they should be playing at home, and look, listen. What, you think they should have been playing at home?
I'm just asking.
Okay, well let me explain this to you. There's this thing called the NCAA nitty-gritty sheet. All right, their RPI is higher than ours. All right, they also played the 213th strength of schedule. We had the 54th rated strength of schedule. You say, oh, well, we play in the SEC, so the SEC stacks that up. We had 122nd strength of schedule out of conference. They had 172nd strength of schedule out of conference. All right? We have 9 quadrant 1 and 2 wins. They have 1. 24 of their 25 wins were against quadrants 3 and 4, including an 18-point loss at Ole Miss, who came in last place in our league. All right? Now, I know they like to talk about their 27 wins in the RPI, but the RPI doesn't factor in, and they're big on beating all the Louisiana schools. Unfortunately for the RPI, you can't count your wins over Louisiana College and Xavier of New Orleans. It's not the way it works. And so we have a better RPI. They have a better RPI, yes, but you have to look at the sheet. If you look at the teams that got in the NCAA tournament, it's the teams that beat other tournament teams. We went 7-7 against NCAA tournament teams. I was surprised it wasn't a 2-7 game and not a 3-6 game. I was a little disappointed. I thought it'd be a 2-7 type matchup instead of a 3-6 type matchup. But they take shots at that. They take shots at our gym. By the way, we have an arena, not a gym. They take shots at our arena and all that sort of stuff. And that's just, That's not right. And we're not scared of anybody. We're not scared of anybody. Point blank, period. And my guys aren't scared of anybody. And, to think that, look, the SEC has a rule where you have to play teams with a 3-year rolling RPI. Who in here knows what ULL's 3-year rolling RPI is? 138. I'll save you the research. 138 going into this year. We have home and home series scheduled with Houston, who was 127, better than ULL. Home and home series that we scheduled with Memphis, 114, better than ULL. We have a home and home series coming up with VCU, 25, better than ULL. To talk about us being scared of starting home and home series with people and playing people is crazy. It's crazy. We scheduled better teams than them based on the SEC scheduling formula. The one thing I do agree that he said is he needs to run his program and I need to run my program, and we'll do what sees fit.
Although this isn't the NCAA tournament, how is a postseason win helping as far as?
It's good. It's progress. It's progress. We didn't have a great year last year, and we've come a long way in a short amount of time. We've come a long way in a short amount of time, and it was a good. It was a good win, and it was good to play in a real competitive environment, and that sort of thing.
Coach, what was your thinking behind the final timeout?
Well, since they don't get to play us very often, I thought they should enjoy and sit there and enjoy the opportunity to play us.
Was any of the stuff that happened at the end of the game unfortunate for college basketball?
It's an emotionally charged environment. You have to ask them. They're the ones who started all that stuff.
When you called that timeout, did you say anything directed toward the?
I think I did. I can't remember what I said, though.
Was it thanks for coming?
I don't know. Maybe enjoy this, I think.
Following up exactly that, if you ever had an opposing coach held back from lunging at you before?
I didn't see that.
Cody? Can someone pass that over? Thank you.
Basketball questions. Skyler coming off the bench.
Yeah, we did play basketball tonight.
Yeah, there was again.
Well, Skyler, just so y'all know, he's got a broken bone in his hand. So he got it before we're banged up now. We got Trey with the broken nose. We got Sky with that. Wap and Epps both have feet issues. So we've got some, but it was really just because he hadn't been able to practice the last couple of days, and we were trying to put a little toughness out there to start the game. Not that Sky's not tough, but we thought we could bring him off the bench as a little bit of a change of pace.
Rashad?
Just a suspension, I guess you would term it.
We got time for one more, and I gotta make the switch here. David, we got Mike back there. Thank you.
How did the Cajuns get back into the ballgame?
Well, they're a good team. They're a good team. That's the thing. They're a very good team. They've got good players. Bartley's a great shooter. Stove does a great job getting in the paint. Washington's, but they made shots. I thought Russell made some shots in the first half. At one point, I think Bartley had like 19 of their 35 points, something like that. So I thought it was just them making some good plays. They're a tough bunch. You don't win 25 regular season games if you're not a good team. And so they're a good team. They're a tough bunch, and it was a good. They were going to counterpunch, and luckily, I don't think we ever lost the lead, which was positive. So we're excited to advance. I was proud of how our guys played, and we gave up too many offensive rebounds, but other than that, I thought we played pretty well.
Gotta make the switch.
All right, thank you.
As I mentioned, after the theatrics at the game, his post-game conference.
He had some numbers down, didn't he?
He was prepared. Okay, the key is be prepared for everything in life, not just sports.
Absolutely.
But he has endeared the fans more to him than ever. All the strides he made, he tripled that last night.
Agree totally.
You agree?
Agree totally.
And as you and I were talking during the break, this is a team that was picked 14th in the SEC, dead last. They finished, tied for 9th, and now they have an NIT win and get a chance to go play against Utah, which is going to be a tough task, but they're going to get a chance to go play and get better.
This is the equivalent of a football team having bowl practice. You get to practice more, you get to work out more, do more things together. So this is terrific. It's been a great year, but I agree 1,000% in the fact that his emotion, his enthusiasm, him getting it, what it means to play these teams in this state, particularly that team to the west, it means a lot to LSU fans all throughout the state. Because, look, let's be honest. They call themselves the University of Louisiana, and that ticks off a lot of people. It just does.
Not the name of the school either.
It just does. And so because of that and because of incidents in the past and other sports, there is an animosity amongst the two fan bases. There's no denying it. He got that. He understood it. He knew the importance of it. I talked to him after the game. He goes, "Oh, I get it. I get it. Believe me, I get it."
And just for scheduling purposes, that Monday night game at Utah will be on ESPNU. It'll be an 8 o'clock Louisiana tip. Okay, that'll be 8 o'clock.
I'll be there, baby.
ESPNU. Again, the 84-76 win over ULL.
Make no mistake about this. I have been involved in games in Salt Lake City with the Jazz and the Hornets.
It's a different thing.
It's different. It takes you a while to get acclimated. You feel like your lungs are about to burst. You got to get through that.
Well, they need to go out there Saturday.
And they need to go. But that elevation's different. It is different. It'd be different for the Utes coming down here playing below sea level. It'd be different, but it's much different there. It's going to take a while. I don't know what they can do about that. Maybe leave a little bit earlier and get used to it that way, but that's a tough task.
We'll take a break, come back, let you hear from the other side. Coach Bob Marlin of the ULL Raging Cajuns. We'll let you hear what he had to say after the game.
Bob looked good, though.
Right,
Had his red sport
jacket
coat on.
He had the color going on.
He was
huh?
there.
Isn't that technically crimson?
Yeah, but I thought Will should have worn the purple, but he didn't do that. Saves that. You know what he does? He saves that for big games.
You said that.
That's what
Jordy Holtberg said that.
No, I'm just telling you.
That's on tape now.
He said,
you said it.
He says that for big games.
We'll be right back after this pause. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
I'm still laughing from Jordy talking about big games. But anyway, it was a big
That'll
game.
go well with my friends in Lafayette.
It was a big game. It was an NIT game, albeit the NIT used to be such a prestigious tournament.
Oh, it was back in the day. That was huge.
Well, when you only had 32 in the NCAA, and then it was a quality.
It was tough.
Pete Maravich played in the NIT.
It was tough. I played. We had 48 teams in the NCAA tournament. 48. That's a big difference from now.
Right.
Huge.
Anyway, we want to let you hear from Coach Bob Marlin of the ULL Raging Cajuns. They had a fine season. They won the Sun Belt regular season title, stubbed their toe in the Sun Belt tournament. But all in all, a good year for Raging Cajun basketball.
No question.
Here's Coach Marlin after the loss to LSU last night. I should have said win.
A prestigious tournament that has a great history. We're honored to play in it. We were glad we didn't have to travel far. We certainly wanted to play at home, but the travel was good as well. And the first half, I didn't think we played great. Got off to a quick start and then had some turnovers. Didn't get to the free throw line. And then we talked at halftime, and the guys came out and really fought the second half. Really proud of these three guys sitting up here with me right now, as well as the rest of our team. We've still got a couple of guys that are under the weather. But we came out and felt like we did what we needed to do to have a chance to win the game, and got it to 1 in the second half there with 1:19 in the game, and then they put them at the free throw line to build it to 3. So weren't able to close it out, but it was an intense game, and that's the way it should be.
Phone, identify who you are, where you from. First question, anyone? Mike?
Hey, Coach Jacques Doucet, WAFB-TV. Your press conference leading to this, do you regret anything you said? Do you think it was the right thing to say? I mean, obviously it seemed to be a big thing with them, big point of contention with LSU.
What did I say? I said that we should be seated higher, and I believe that. I stand up for what I said for, and we wanted the home game. We won 27 games this year. It took them 2 years to win 27, okay? And we've had the highest RPI in the state the last 2 years, but this year is what's important, and we had a heck of a team. Our RPI is 30 points higher. That's on the NIT. So if this game were played in Lafayette, it would have been a little bit different, in my opinion. But I back up what I said. I stood up for my team and our program and our university, and we should have been a higher seed, and I'll still say it.
I think Coach Wade said something along the lines of, we're not afraid to play anybody. Maybe they felt like, Cajuns felt like the LSU was scared to play them, or something along those lines.
I have no comment about what he says. Don't really care. He can run his program. I'm going to run mine, and I'm going to try to do it with class.
Mike Caldwell. Was there any point where you kind of had to tell the guys, let's focus on the basketball and not what's going on?
No, not really. Our seniors are solid young men. I love the character of my team, and they were focused on trying to get the lead. We just couldn't do it at the end.
Coach Jakeem Gann did not play a full accompaniment of minutes. Where do you think he was at? 50%, 80%?
Probably 75, Andrew, somewhere in there maybe. He certainly got winded. Missed a couple of dunks in the first half. I thought there was contact on one of them, but it was a hard game to officiate. It was pretty physical both ways.
Dave Schultz, 103.7 The Game. How did you guys get back in the second half? Get back into the game?
I thought we fought. I thought we played harder than they did. Frank did a great job on Waters. He's a really good player. We limited his shots. And Reith played very well for him. He's a good player. Had 4 points against Mississippi State in their last game in the SEC tournament. And he comes out and gets 26. And he hurt us the second half. But again, I think we played harder, made a few shots. Marcus played his rear end off, gets 13 rebounds, which led the game. It's pretty good for a point guard.
Coach, Colin Kushner, News 15. Can you kind of talk about the senior class, guys like Bryce Washington, Jonathan Stove, and Frank Bartley, how much they mean to you in the program?
Well, that's what we just talked about in the locker room. They're a high-character group. They were talking to the team when I went in there. They were talking about their experience and where we are, and trust the coaches and the plan, continue to work. Good things are in store for you. But recruiting those guys for a couple of years and spending 4 years with them, going to Cuba to start the season for a week, Cayman Islands, the experiences that we've had, we'll never forget. They're a great group of young men, and they all have bright futures.
Coach, two questions here. What I asked Bryce, the effectiveness that they had inside, what do you think was most behind that? And then also, getting back to Coach Wade, one of the many things that he said was, we're about action, not talk here. Any response as well to that? And then the thought on the timeout at the end?
Yeah, well, again, he can coach his team, the way he wants to coach them. And talk a mean game, that's fine. Reith hurt us inside the second half, Tim. We didn't double on the post till late. And we mixed it up, played a little bit of zone at times, but he was good in there. And like Bryce said, I thought they missed a few 3 seconds, but it's a little bit different. No excuse there. He made some tough shots. He's a good player. And again, he went from 4 against Mississippi State to 26 tonight. So we wanted to limit the 3-point shots. We did. Skylar hit a big one in the second half, and then Brandon hit a big one as well. But we did a good job limiting Waters.
Coach, I think depending on where you live, on what side of the basin, you're going to feel about this game differently. But is any of it good for basketball in Louisiana?
Well, I think I said that earlier. You guys were asking what I said, and I think that it can be a good thing for our state. I think it was a good basketball game, a lot of emotion, and I don't know an SEC team that brings more people than we brought tonight. It just makes too much sense, and sometimes those they never materialize. But we'd love to play. We'd love to play anyone. We can't get top 50 quadrant 1 teams to play us. So I think it can help the state of Louisiana. I think we've got a good state. We've got good players. Players on our team they recruited, players on their team that we recruited. So.
All right, so the dust has settled on that, as we mentioned. LSU will now go to Utah for a Monday night game on ESPNU. Going to be a tough task, as you talk about the sea level and all of that.
A lot of things Bob Marlin said were accurate. It would be great for the state of Louisiana if they played, but they're not going to play. It was a tough game to officiate. They're all tough to officiate. And I think from my eyeballs and my viewage of the game, it was consistently inconsistent. And for that regard, you got to live with it. They missed some on this end, they missed some on this end. That's basketball. It's going to happen all the time, and it does. So it's over, it's done with. LSU doesn't have to listen to chirping anymore, and the two will go their own ways. Bob Marlin will run his program, a very successful program in and of itself. He does a terrific job, and he gets really good players. That kid from Baton Rouge that he has at the guard position, big time. NBA, big time player. Will Wade's going to run his program. He's going to have big play. The difference, Naz Reid's coming, big kid. Lafayette can't get those. They can't get those kind of kids.
Well,
so they'll run their programs, and we'll move on from here.
Well, and as you said earlier, and as Coach Marlin said, the Raging Cajun fans, they made the, it's 1 hour, okay, 1 hour down the highway. They made the trip. They supported their team. They supported their program. And Lafayette's a big sports town, getting ready to have the golf tournament over there out at La Triomphe, the pro tournament, which is an annual event that draws thousands of people. I mean, they supported hockey when it was over there. They supported arena football when it was over there. And, of course, they support ULL.
Look, I sat next to 2 UL fans right there. Nicest people in the world. And LSU fans are good. It's just a little snippet here.
Well, there's
a
always going to be
there,
some clowns in the stands.
You know,
when you put 10,000 people in the building, you're going to have a couple clowns.
The student body starts chanting "Little Brother," and the UL Cajun fans, to their point, they didn't respond. They just, okay, we understand. that's part of the game. That's how it works. That's how it goes. But hey, it's over. It's done. The Raging Cajuns had a heck of a year. LSU gets to play on. Let's move on.
Let's move on, and when we come back, we'll shift gears into football. Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com will give us his thoughts on the couple of spring practices that are in the books and some recruiting news and notes. All of that's up next with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Christ saying, spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar.
Taste the feeling.
Woodburners, serving South Louisiana since 1977, is a family-owned and operated company with over 30 years of experience. They're the fireplace experts, providing upscale products at an affordable price. Fireplaces, glass doors, wood stoves and stove chimneys, mantles, screens, gas logs, and tool sets. Visit online at woodburnersinc.com. Call 225-752-2590 or stop by 10510 Airline Highway in Baton Rouge.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Roar, and we are joined by Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com, and we will certainly talk some football with Mike, but we're going to get to some basketball first. Good evening, Mike. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great.
Hey, how about that LSU-ULL basketball contest, NIT style, on Wednesday night?
Oh, I was just, look, it's because of who it was and all the stuff that happened pregame. I just wonder, had Bob Marlin not said what he said at his presser midday Monday and his coach's show later Monday evening, and that all getting back to Will Wade, I wonder had he just stewed over the fact that he thought he should have had a home game, that he thought he shouldn't have been playing LSU, and just said nothing, that he might have been able to sneak into the PMAC and get a typical, the typical LSU NIT game that LSU, typically plays in an NIT game. But instead, he poked the bear, and LSU beats his team that had the most wins in Cajun basketball history.
Look, I was there. Don't let the final score fool you. Let me tell you, LSU fans went from screaming Tiger Bait to biting their fingernails. UL was in the game, had a chance to win the game. I think Bob Marlin did exactly what he should have done. Honestly, here's a program fighting for some recognition, and he's showing his team that he's got their back, and he's not afraid to stick his neck out there. I mean, Dale Brown, if Dale Brown had been the coach of UL Lafayette, he'd have done the same dadgum thing. I don't disrespect him for that. I'm just thankful as an LSU Tiger alum, basketball player, that Will Wade got his team fired up. As you said, they poked the bear and he got them fired up and they ended up winning. But it was a heck of a game.
There's also another wrinkle that you can look at a different way. I'm reading their message boards, and their fans were furious that they got bounced out of the Sun Belt tournament and that they weren't going to the big dance. And a lot of them had enough of his coaching style, and at that level of basketball in the Sun Belt, you can have all the wins you want.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you have Duke
Right.
and North Carolina and Kansas on your December schedule. You still have to win your tournament, or you're not going to the big dance.
That's right.
Your league is just not going to get an at-large berth.
That's right.
So,
No doubt. Yeah.
I think it was partially. The cynic in me says he was partially deflecting because he wanted to change the subject of getting bounced out of the Sun Belt tournament. And secondly, I don't think he wanted to blow it up because in reality he really doesn't want to play LSU because he knows what Will Wade has coming talent-wise.
Oh, they'll never play again. That's never going to happen. I never say never, but that's not going to happen.
Chance of getting to come play in the PMAC a year or two from now. Now he has no chance, and I think he's okay with that because he knows what recruits are coming into LSU.
Yeah, and look, I don't have a problem with what Jordy said. He's taking up for his program. He's trying to get him attention. He's got his players back. I get all that. But don't take a shot at the opponent and the opponent's arena and all that stuff. That's where I think he crossed the line. But, Muhammad Ali used to come out and say, hey, I'm going to knock this dude out in the 5th round. And then he went and did it. So had ULL come in and won, then his comments are taken totally different context.
No question.
But it didn't happen. It's over with. LSU moves on. They'll go to Utah and play Monday night. Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Football. Mike, some recruiting, some unofficial visits going on for Ed Orgeron and the Tigers. Tell us all about it.
Well, I just look. You got to give the staff credit. Orgeron and his staff. Throughout the spring at every practice, and we'll continue to see it throughout the spring, I'm sure, you're having an impressive group of unofficial visitors that are out there for each practice. You had the Hawaiian that was there earlier this week, and one of the top defensive tackles in the country, and they just continue to roll out there, and it's. And plus you get the signees that are out there. You saw Jamar Chase out there on Sunday, watching Jerry Sullivan coach the wide receivers. He's getting them all involved and all out there. They were in the indoor facility at the first practice, and the sidelines were absolutely full between recruits, signees, and on and on. So, I think that's to me that's a real good sign. Of course, you can also carve it up and say that's fine and dandy, but where are the quarterback prospects? So,
right.
That I think we're going to have another deal where you're looking at LSU heading towards signing day for 19, and you can have the majority of the Louisiana kids locked up, this and that, but it's going to come down to, do you have a quarterback or two that you're excited about in the signing class? So still yet to see, 3 or 4 guys that there's mutual interest at that spot, regionally or nationally. We know Grant Gunnell from Houston St. Pius X, but how much of that young man's decision is going to be his versus his father's, who of course is an Arkansas grad with his wife.
Let me ask a question. This is a crazy question, but what gives LSU the thought process that they can get a kid all the way from Hawaii to come to Baton Rouge?
Yeah. If you got the top cornerback,
Bama got one to Tuscaloosa,
from California, that's going to visit officially next month. It's just kind of like, how many of those guys over the years have actually come in and signed with the Tigers, and you had the receiver from California that Saban signed and ended up at Cal. Of course, Hayden Reddick.
Yeah.
But no, I guess the other question is, okay, if they're going to recruit the top defensive tackle from Hawaii, this spring is an LSU coach going to go to Hawaii for their spring practices if they exist in Hawaii?
I want to know if Mike Scarborough is going to go to Hawaii for TigerBait.com. That's what I want to know. Or are you going to send Brian Lazar out there?
I got a place to stay over there if I ever fly over there, so I need to get over there.
There you go. Hey, Mike, only a couple of spring practices in the books. What are the few things you're hearing coming out of spring practice?
Well, certainly we didn't get a roster the first day. Second day we got a roster, and first thing you do when you get the roster is you go right to Tyler Shelvin to see what they list his weight at.
Ooh.
The roster that they handed out said 276.
Oh, that's like 100 pounds
and then
off.
I guess about during the time the practice was taking place, a little bit after, the official site finally loaded up the roster, and it said 376. Now, the cynic in me says the 2 that was put on the roster handed to the media, that typo wasn't an accident. I think it was done on purpose. I don't know what y'all think.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but
100 pounds is 100 pounds.
It's not
hard
10
to hide that.
You can hide 10.
It's hard to hide 100.
Buddy Sanji.
376, and then I guess the other part of it is of course we're out there taking photos. I think Miles Brennan has gotten thinner.
Wow.
I think he's gotten thinner since he's gotten LSU.
Well, Buddy Sanji was out at practice earlier this week and filed a report on my radio show. He said that same thing. One, Shelvin's way too big, and Brennan does not look like he gained any weight. Mike, you're saying he may have gotten thinner, and I don't think that's what should be in the recipe right now.
Yeah, Brennan needs to be attending Shelvin's pizza party.
he needs to be taking some of that food off Shelvin's plate, huh?
Yeah.
But, Lowell Narcisse, Justin McMillan, here's McMillan's been around a couple years now. These guys, according to Buddy Sanji, look very, very solid.
Yeah, I differ with Buddy. He's talking about Narcisse. I think McMillan's your number 2. And certainly Coach Orgeron singled him out already. So
I want to know about running backs, because this is for the first year that I can remember in a long, long time. There is no bell cow out there.
First time since 1974 that they don't have a running back coming back who scored a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, so it's...
we all knew that. We've been talking about it for 2 years.
Yep.
I've been talking about it for 3 years because I didn't see where they were getting any running backs. But I don't understand why Orgeron would say in the press conference that we're going to have to set up the run until we find the guy at running back. Why would you say that?
Well, they're going to hope somebody emerges.
Wasn't Brissett a highly recruited kid?
Brissett just keeps getting thrown under the bus, it seems.
Who?
Brissett. Wasn't he a highly recruited kid?
Blew up a knee.
Yeah.
Is he good? Can he do it?
Well, wouldn't it help if your coach was instilling confidence in you every time he talks to the media rather than throwing shade?
True. That's a good point. Maybe he's trying to challenge the running backs. And they've all had some pieces in the newspaper, had some pieces online about it's time to show the country and it's time to step up. Well, no kidding.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, no, and look, of all the guys that you would love to see break out, Nick Brissett, he's a great kid and been through a lot personally. I would love for him to have a breakout. Look, we were saying similar things about Stephen Ridley years ago, questioning his speed, blah, 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 and then we saw how he finished his LSU career. So it would be awesome to have Nick Brissett have a similar story.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. I'm interested. Jonathan Giles, he got the number 7. Everybody's kind of raving about him. Physical kid, he looks good?
Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt right now he's LSU's number 1 wide receiver, but there sure is a lot of talent there with him, and you're going to have more that arrives in the summer.
Yeah.
And, you're watching Jerry Sullivan out there. I know everybody was, kind of taking shots about his age when he got hired, but he looks pretty darn spry to me, and there's no doubt that he's one of the best receivers coach ever. So that position, that's one to certainly be excited about. I think that group's going to come around. But you also, you still have to have that quarterback part of it resolved.
Yeah. And at the press conference when Steve Ensminger was introduced as offensive coordinator, he said the strength of the offense that day when he spoke was the wide receiver group. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Jerry Sullivan coaching them, that only adds to the strength.
Well, I'm interested to see if 1, 2, or even 3 of those guys, whether it's D. Anderson, Drake Davis, Sullivan, which of those guys, if not multiple of them, is just going to all of a sudden flourish because of the coaching that they're getting. It's not just the talent that's being infused at that spot that we haven't seen yet, but it's the guys that are already there that have some ability that now all of a sudden they're going to, get coached by the best.
Mike, tell us all about TigerBait.com and why folks should subscribe right away.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. It's a busy time of year. It's baseball, basketball, spring football, recruiting. It's nonstop this time of year.
You notice how Mike got all fired up? He's like the LSU fan base when you talk about the Raging Cajuns. You got fired up, man. I love it. I love it.
He lived in Lafayette for 30 years.
I loved it.
But he's back in Baton Rouge now. Let's point that out.
Yeah. I'm going round and round with Gilbo right now. He's been spending too much time in Lafayette, and he's saying that LSU should go play in the Cajun Dome. So,
well, I'll say this: I was in Lafayette last week to announce the South Alabama ULL baseball game. Russo Park is one of the best baseball parks in the country.
Well,
that
they're
place
doing a great
is
job out
phenomenal. That stadium is A+. The press box, the suites, the
no,
open air.
all their facilities.
It is an incredible facility.
Cajun Dome was great.
Which, they redid for basketball. Years ago, it was,
it was a cow
they
barn.
didn't have much of an ambiance because all the lights were on. The lower level seats were a little bit far away from the court. They fixed all that. They totally redid the interior of that Cajun Dome.
I'll tell you what.
It's fantastic. But their seats have cup holders. LSU put new seats in the PMAC how many years ago? Just
Awful.
2 or 3 years ago?
No cup holders.
No, awful.
Yeah, how come they didn't order seats with cup holders?
Not thinking.
See how he gets fired up?
Not
See?
thinking. They weren't
talking about
thinking.
the Raging Cajuns and cup holders. He gets fired
Cup
up.
holders.
I know what buttons to push now.
We need cup holders on this desk. Can
No,
I
but
get a
hey,
cup
look.
holder right
To
here?
your point, the old place I played in, it needs some work, and they're going to do it, but it needs some work quickly.
Mike, TigerBait.com. We appreciate it.
All right, talk to y'all soon.
Hi, buddy.
All right, cup holders.
He's fired up. No, sorry. But look.
No, I didn't go into Cajun
Look,
Dome
I'm
when
sitting
was
there. I know
there
they're
last
trying to cram people in, but I got my knees in the person's back in front of me. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
You can't have a hot dog
You can't
and
get
a
comfortable.
Coke.
You can't
Yeah.
get comfortable. Come on.
All right. Speaking of football, we'll take a break, come back, and let you hear from Ed Orgeron and his thoughts early in the spring practice session. Don't forget the spring game is Saturday, April 21. More details and info will come out about that. I'm sure they'll have activities for the families and the kids all day long. You see the spring practice football schedule. And again, spring game, April 21. That's a Saturday. 5 o'clock. Baseball's out of town that weekend. I don't know what else might be going on the campus, but not baseball, so maybe softball. I don't know. Spring football game, we'll talk more about that as it gets closer. And when we come back, we'll let you hear from the head football coach of those LSU Tigers. Ed
Hold that
Orgeron.
tiger.
One heartbeat.
Hold that tiger. Tiger baby.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We're talking about Bluebell ice cream right now, and your favorite is vanilla?
I like pistachio. I like pistachio.
Do you?
Oh, I love it.
Rocky Road or banana pudding.
That sums up your life.
That's pretty good for you.
Sums it up.
Hey, let's get to Ed Orgeron. Remember that guy that's the football coach? We've talked so much basketball, and we are in the middle of Jordy's favorite month,
it's just the start of spring
Madness.
football. My God, we got all fall.
But we had all this basketball, March Madness.
What do we know about 15 minutes of viewings? What can you see? What can you? Tyler Shelvin's 3 biscuits over 350. Okay.
People have a passion for football.
Miles Brennan hadn't gained weight.
Will Wade is creating a passion for basketball. I just pointed out a post to you I saw from a friend who's doesn't follow the basketball program. He's a big football, baseball guy. He complimented Will Wade and said, that guy's a beast. I might start watching that sport.
Word to the wise. I don't know what the PMAC holds. I mean, I'm
13 plus.
Well, we got 14 in there when
it's
things were
less
rocking
now,
and rolling. Make it 12.
Make it 11.
And spread it out and make it closer to the court and put some little, just follow the NBA script. They have the scores table and they have those 4 seats here and they have 4 seats there for the premium seats and charge an arm and a leg.
Right.
Charge an arm and a leg.
Now you can command that.
You can't serve cocktails, but you can have Tiger girls bringing you Diet Cokes and stuff. I mean, that's how you do it.
We're going to Champions Club like in
do
baseball.
It. Yeah.
Ed Orgeron, some of his thoughts on the early part of spring football practice. Here's the Tiger head football coach, Ed Orgeron.
Welcome, guys. What a tremendous day, guys. We're here early to the meeting, daylight saving time. Everybody put their clocks ahead forward. I was proud of our football team. Everybody was here 10 minutes early. The preparation that our coaches did going into this first practice was phenomenal. The execution today was ahead of where it is usually the first day. I was proud of the offense. Run game looked solid. A lot of throws downfield. Our receivers made some plays downfield. Our quarterbacks were moving around, making plays with their feet. It was just an exciting day. One of the guys that really showed up today was Damian Lewis, left guard. Couldn't beat him on pass rush. He looked tremendous on one-on-one blocking. I think he's going to be a tremendous football player. The additions of Bedore Traore and Cole Smith is going to add to the line. Obviously, Ed Ingram and Garrett Brumfield look awesome out there. Adrian McGree started at right tackle. And a guy that's coming along pretty good is Donovan Campbell. Donovan is going through some tough times with injury and stuff like that. But I was really pleased to see the offensive line play like they played today. Jonathan Giles made some plays down the field. So did Jefferson. On the quarterback, Miles took first team snaps. He looked really good. Justin McMillan made some big plays down the field, extended plays. Lowell Narcisse looked the best he's been. He ran the ball well, threw the ball well. It's going to be an exciting battle to see all 3 of those guys compete. At running back, Nick took most of the first team reps, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Leonard Fournette made some good plays. And Tate Provan showed out. It's kind of funny when you go to the first day and you got some new players, and it doesn't take long to figure them out. Tate made some outstanding plays, and I thought he had a tremendous day. On defense, I thought the defensive line, Braden Fehoko, Glenn Logan, and Rashard Lawrence had a good day. The speed off the edge was tremendous with Ray Thornton and Kelvin Chasson and Travis Moore. So some quick twitch. He's wearing the number 49 and big, strong. Made some good plays, but he's got to learn his defense out there. On defense, young man that showed up today, Michael Beckersfield, was in the backfield a bunch, keying diagnosed, ran through the gap, made some plays. Obviously, Devin did well. Tyler did good. Gritty did really good. I don't know how well the corners did. I'm going to need to check it out. We had some deep balls thrown over us, so I need to see what happened. But, John Battle and Grant Delpit started at safety, and John Trey Kirkland and Kerry Benson was playing at left corner. I thought the addition of Bill Bush, you can see out there, our guys are getting coached every snap. We practiced on punt team today. It was good to see Coach McMahon running the special team like he can. It was very well organized. I thought overall we were ahead for the first day. I liked what I saw out there. Any questions?
Coach, when it comes to the quarterback situation, you really want to challenge these guys, put them in some tough situations in the spring?
Sure, yeah, today was. You could tell today was a high pressurized situation for all 3 of them. Some of them did better than others. You can tell the competition is on. You can tell when a guy makes a big play, the other guy wants to step up and do it. But obviously the scrimmages are going to tell. We're going to scrimmage as much as we possibly can this spring, because we have 2 line of scrimmages. We're healthy, and we can be as physical as we can. Obviously, the scrimmages are going to be the pressurized situations.
How much has Lowell gotten hit, and how much will he get hit?
No quarterbacks will get hit. None will get hit this spring.
Ed, do you have any update on where Christian Fulton's at as far as being able to?
No, still the same.
Do you have a window for?
How important or what kind of chance to these two JUCO linemen that you signed? You said Lewis was good today, Traylor, obviously. What's the outlook on them?
We're going to give them a chance to compete now. Sadiq is out right now, and Austin's out. So, Sadiq is going to start at left tackle, and Austin's going to have a chance to start at right tackle. So we're going to find a chance for those guys to play now. If one of those guys beat them out, they're going to start. But I think it gives us a unit that we can play too deep. We can use the rotation, stay fresh, and those guys are going to get better. Bador Charles gotten better since his first day here. He did a tremendous job in the fourth quarter. He can bend. His conditioning level is better. He's going to have a good spring.
Yeah, you have as much experience as running back here since like 1999.
Yeah.
Take us through where you got it and why you have optimistic about the guys you got.
Well, here's what I think. I think that we're going to have a plan to do what they can do, but it's going to force us to throw the football. It's going to force us to be more creative on offense. Maybe give them the ball out the backfield. Guys can catch out the backfield. Until we find a feature back, the offense will not be featured, obviously, about our running back. We can throw the football, and I think we're about to do that a lot better.
The experience for Miles when he came in, did that prepare him for being maybe the guy getting the first team snaps coming into the spring?
You think it would, but today, all three of those guys did some really good things. And Justin stepped in. I thought Justin had a tremendous day. So did Noel. And it looks like it doesn't bother them if they're with the first or second or third team. They're all getting equal reps. They're all competing. And there's no first team quarterback right now. So it gives them, they all have hope. And I like to see, I like what I saw today out of Justin McMillan. He had a good day.
Do you have a timetable for that? Is that more of a fall camp thing?
Probably fall camp.
How much is Foster's role increasing as far as receiving for you? You get experience on the wideout.
Say it again.
How much is Foster's role increase in receiving because you have such a
Yes.
experience in wideout?
Well, here's the deal. Steve's a tight end coach, right? He did a great job of throwing the ball to the tight ends last year. There's going to be some misdirection in this offense where the tight ends are going to catch the ball in the flat. There's going to be some times where the tight ends are going to go vertical. He can catch a hook route. We're going to make sure that we put the ball in our playmaker's hands, and he's going to be one.
You mentioned Damian Lewis at left guard. How does he look there, and what does that mean for Garrett Rumfield?
That means competition. Garrett's our starter right now, but we're going to have to find a place for this ball to play. It may be somewhere. It may be center or maybe right guard. I know Jimmy's going to find the right mix, but from what I saw today, he was one of the best players on the field today.
And at center, can you give kind of an overview?
Yeah, Lloyd played first team, did a good job. Cole Smith was on second team. Cole showed exactly what we saw on film. Extremely quick, great fit, great hips, great job of good feet coming off the football. He's going to be a real good center for us. He's tough.
How was Terrace Marshall, and how do you plan on using him throughout the spring?
He looked good today. He looked good. He, like I said, he's about 75, 80%. We're not going to put him in full contact until he's ready, but he's going 7-on-7. He did some good things. I need to talk to Jerry. I didn't watch the receivers as much today, but I felt Jerry felt that he had a good day.
Do you think he'll be full by the end of spring practice?
Probably so. Probably so, yeah. I think we're going to keep him out of contact until he's full tilt.
Jonathan Jones, how does he been?
Great, caught some big balls. They made some big plays. I thought the short passing game was good. The intermediate passing game was good. Caught some balls on the crossing route. Beat the safety for a deep post or a touchdown. Did everything that we expect him to do.
Who are you expecting to step up next to Devin at the next time?
Well, the battle's going to be between Tyler and Jacob. And that's the battle right now for first team. Patrick Queen is right behind Devin, and so is Michael Baskerville. He came up. Now, obviously, we know that all likelihood that Devin may be going next year, so we're going to have to replace him. But we also recruit some great linebackers. So we have a plan there, but I'm pleased to see that we have 5 middle linebackers on scholarship that could play.
How much, not better, but how talented can this D-line group be? Not just with more depth, but with Bahoko now playing and him and Rashard being it on the end.
I would expect him to be more active, okay? You know, listen, Pete is the best defensive line coach that ever was, and did a tremendous job with those other guys. I think you look at Christian Lockature and Greg Gilmore, he got everything you could out of those guys. I think we're more athletic right now. We're quicker. A guy that shows a lot of promise today was Tyler Shelvin. He's still a little heavy, but he made some plays. He's doing better. He's in great shape. Ed Alexander is not practicing right now. He may practice towards the end of the spring. Obviously, he'll be starting at nose tackle and backed up by Tyler unless someone meets him out. Glenn Logan is extremely quick. He's playing nose tackle right now, but he's probably going to play in. So you have a rotation there. You keep these guys fresh. We didn't rotate our guys last year because we didn't have any depth. But this year we have depth, and then we have 5 defensive tackles coming in.
Who's got to step up to help deal with the lack of cornerback depth?
Well, John Trey Kirkland, Kerry Vinson, those guys. We tried Manny Nedley there. We'll have to see. And we have a graduate transfer in mind, and we feel that we have our top candidate, and more than likely we're going to sign one. We just have to get him on an official visit, get to meet him, get to know him and stuff, and compete. You know, obviously those guys have some chance to go to places.
You could envision getting this graduate transfer, whoever he may be, you could envision him starting or competing.
I envision him playing, you know, and giving him a chance to start. Now, obviously, we have Calvin Joseph coming in, and we're going to give him a chance to start at cornerback also. So I think when it comes down to the season, we're going to be fine in that position. Obviously not where we want to be now, but I think when it comes down to the season, Dave is going to find out what those guys can do best. We may play different coverages with those guys, not the same coverage we play with Gritty. Do what they do best in their skill set.
You mentioned Bill Bush. What does he add, and how does it allow you to do some things differently?
Knowledge. Now he's coaching the safeties. Now gives time for Corey to only coach the corners. They're splitting time coaching the nickel. Obviously, like I said, Corey was coaching 5 positions before. That's you can't do it. Bill could be a coordinator. He's been a coordinator. He knows the whole defense. He gets along well with Corey. The guys love him. I think technique, alignment, disguises, tackling, playing the deep ball, all the fundamentals. He's very attuned to that.
How do you plan on handling Ed Paris and Andre Anthony this spring when they're coming back?
Andre Anthony is practicing right now. He's rotating with the 2s. Ed Paris is not practicing right now. When he comes, we're going to give him a full shot to play at safety.
There's so many question marks. You more apprehensive or more excited?
I'm more excited. You know what? Last night, I'm saying what's going to happen today. I've seen what's been going on, but the energy that they brought today and the execution that was out on that field, we have a good football team, and I feel good about that.
Every year in spring, it seems like the leaders kind of start coming up. What have you seen from that category?
You know, we have meetings. We have a leadership council, and we have meetings. We have, you guys will enjoy this. Last year, I kind of let them wear what they want to practice, not during the game. This year, we have a certain standard on which we're going to practice and what we're going to wear at practice. But I'm going to let them wear tights. And there was 12 of them in there, and 6 wanted to wear purple, 6 wanted to wear white. So I made an executive decision. I let them wear either or. But just goes to show you that we have leadership, guys making decisions. I think that in their mind, they want to carry on the LSU tradition, what was passed off to them, and they wanted to pass it off to the younger guys. I think you're going to see a better job of that this year.
Those guys.
Well, you look at Devin White's in that meeting, Rashard Lawrence in that meeting, Braden Polko, Justin McMillan, Foster Morrow, Nick Brosette's in that meeting, Big Bruce is in that meeting. I know I left a couple of guys out. Greedy's in that meeting. Let me see.
Battle.
John Battle's in that meeting. Giles in that meeting. So that's about it. Maybe a couple of guys added here and there. But they do a good job, they're the voice of the team and let them lead.
I'm guessing that you didn't intentionally schedule to start spring practice on daylight savings time, but were you kind of curious to see if everybody would adapt?
It was good. Here's what happened, Ron. I wanted to practice yesterday, okay? But there's a window, a certain amount of days that you can practice in, and it had been one day too much. So we decided to practice today, and then I found out it was daylight savings time. So we coached the team up all week on discipline. But you know what? Old fashioned, I got taught from my bed. But their iPhones automatically turn over, right? I didn't figure it out till last night. I was moving my clock ahead, you know what I mean? I was nervous as heck.
Coach, take one more before we gotta run.
Coach, the place kicking situation, you had a lot of kickers on the roster last year. You got new ones coming in. What's the competition gonna be like, and what do you plan on getting done in the spring when it comes to it?
Well, the nuts and bolts of it, you know, and nothing's changed right now since last year, so we're gonna let the guys kick. Hopefully they get better. And then the real competition is gonna be in fall camp when we get our kicker in.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Everybody's always interested in Tiger football. We're going to take a little break. We'll come back, let you hear from probably the most prolific player on the team. He'll lead the defense next year as he did last year.
Devin White.
Devin White is up next when we come back with more of Tigers Roar. Spread the roar here on Pelican Sports TV.
Channels with his little remote, wolfing down Cheetos. I hope he don't choke between Monday night football and Friday night fights. I'm lucky if I get to see a show that I like. He never hears the phone or the doorbell ring. I don't try to understand him. It's a male thing. No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Woodburners, serving South Louisiana since 1977, is a family-owned and operated company with over 30 years of experience. They're the fireplace experts, providing upscale products at an affordable price. Fireplaces, glass doors, wood stoves and stove chimneys, mantles, screens, gas logs, and tool sets. Visit online at woodburnersinc.com. Call 225-752-2590 or stop by 10510 Airline Highway in Baton Rouge.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com. Tiger football this fall, starting on a Sunday night in Arlington against the Miami Hurricanes. Yes, and we will have a post-game show after it.
Of course.
You won't have to look too closely to find Devin White, the leader of the defense, one of the leaders of the team, no question about that. We've got some comments about spring football with the Tiger linebacker, Devin White.
I mean, it's great to be back. I feel like we never stopped. Because, NCAA allowed us to do some walkthroughs, so we've been in the midst of things, throughout the first beginning of the springs, so we've been putting in a lot of plays and, going over a lot of coverages and stuff. But to actually be back on the field really flying around, it feels good because, who can live without football? Because I know I can't.
Have you just been hungry since that Notre Dame game, how that ended, to get back out and get to work?
Man, I went right to work as soon as we lost the game. Right after the game, I flew to Dallas with my dad, and I did some training out there with just me and him. And I'm just so ready to, to get to this season. But, I know I got to take it a day at a time, and get better as we go.
When you look back at what you did last season, in the SEC and tackle, you had a fantastic sophomore year. Can you top that this year as a junior?
Most definitely. I feel like that I'm going to get better, because Coach Aranda, he been kind of going hard on me. And, he want me to do all the little things right and, things that, that I did bad last year that we won't speak on because I don't want nobody to know what I did bad. But just know I'm going to fix those things. And I think I can have an even better junior season with the help of, my teammates, of course, because, we got some even better players that I feel like that's about to be in front of me, especially on that D-line.
A lot of players kind of see you as the leader on the team. How does that change your mindset this year, having that responsibility?
I feel like, if I want to win, then and I show those guys I want to win, then they're going to want to win as well. But I know I got to do everything right. I got to be early to meetings. I got to, stay after practice and watching film, because if they see me doing those things, and those are the things that, a championship program is supposed to do, then they'll follow my lead. So, I'm ready to take on the role. Last year I jumped into the role in the middle of the season, but I'm in the role right now, and I'm going to make the best out of my opportunity.
So how do you motivate yourself, Devin, when you do the things you've done so far? Do you tell yourself, do you tell yourself you're not good, or how do you motivate yourself to get better?
My mom, she my biggest critic, and she knows so much football for a woman. So that's why I do not judge women within sports, because my mom, she always been on me so hard, and if I miss tackles or whatnot after the game, when she's standing at the gate, when I come outside, she brings it up, and it kind of irks me a little bit. So you want to fix it because you don't want your mom telling you, well, you did this bad, you could have did this better. But, also I'm thankful for it because, it's just for a long time it's been me and her, and she always been the one that kind of guided me through the sports because, she was a sports person herself. So I think it's my mom, and, I'm thankful for it, and I want her to keep doing it because I know she's going to see me say this because she be on social media watching, trying to make sure I'm saying the right thing. So I think it's her.
So when she's up in the stands, she would come after the game, Devin, in the second quarter, this guy ran this way and you should have made a tackle or something like that.
Yeah, she'll tell me, you didn't use your proper technique. I know you better than that. That's one more tackle could have been on your stats sheet. You had 16, you could have had 17. So she always finds a way. In high school, I literally could hear her screaming, I didn't do this. If it was a basketball game or if it was a football game that wasn't as loud, I can hear her. So I'm glad I can't hear her in Tiger Stadium because, I'd probably be mad. Or if she was sitting close enough behind the bench where I could hear her. But, I'm thankful she's not that close to me.
Back in your running back days.
Yeah.
Then it was you should have scored a touchdown on this play or whatever, right?
Yep.
We're finally going to get a chance to see Braden over here play. What's it been like? You've been with him in practice for over a year now. What kind of player is he?
I don't think the SEC ready for him. I mean, I don't want to put a bunch of hype around him because he don't need it. I mean, if y'all go watch his film throughout high school and, you know, at Texas Tech, everybody know he's a baller. But, I mean, he feel like he got better teammates here. And, you know, he feel like he can do even more here because it won't be a lot of attention on him. And so, you know, he going to be the dark horse that, you know, we needed, you know, along with a healthy Rashard. So, I mean, I'm just ready to see that boy get a lot of sacks because I know he will.
Do you think he learned a lot in the first, you know, he said a lot of guys just want to go in the SEC play and then find out where the weaknesses are. He had a chance to kind of redshirt, so to speak.
Yeah, I think he learned a lot, you know, and I think it made him more hungry. That's the thing that kind of excites me about him because he had to sit out a year of football. You know, I couldn't imagine sitting out a year of football and I'm healthy. You know, most of the people that do it, they be hurt or something, but I think he has the opportunity to be, you know, one of the best to come through here as well because, you know, he got the coaching from Coach Pete and he getting the coaching from Coach O as well. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, the sky's the limit for him, to be honest.
Devin, as a leader on this team in spring ball, what are the goals that you set for your defense or this team just in general?
Shoot, not to let the offense go. That's easy. I don't want to let them score because, I mean, last year, yeah, they had a field day with us, you know, with the new offense and things, and it was working. And, you know, we was trying to stop it. But this year, I mean, we got our identity. So the only thing I think we need to do is just build on our identity and, you know, go out there and claim to be the best and be the best and, you know, show it every time we step on the field.
You ready for no jet sweeps?
Yeah, I'm 10 times ready. But I don't know because I like running plays down, so that was my play that I can run down in practice.
In the secondary back there, you guys are thin at corner, at least on paper. How do you think you're going to hold up?
Sure, we might be thin, but we got some ballers. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, I hope don't nobody get hurt, you know. I pray for everybody safety, you know, every time before we step on the field. So, I mean, other than that, I feel like, you know, those guys are ready to play, you know, and I feel like a lot of people, you know, they kind of say we thin, but, I mean, if you got somebody, I feel like you're good enough. Like, if we only had 2 linebackers, I say we good enough until injury. But, I mean, I feel like the coaching staff will rearrange some people and, you know, make it where we're not so thin come fall.
You said the defense knows their identity. What would you identify the defense as?
I identify the defense this year as a tough unit that can fly around and make a lot of plays within the system. Because, I mean, Coach Aranda has already put a lot of new plays in because he's going to force us to learn it so he can call a variety of different things. And I think that he's doing an excellent job. So we're a fast, physical defense.
He can play.
He's going to play
He's
a lot
an NFL player.
Not just Sunday when LSU plays the Miami Hurricanes.
No.
He's going to play on Sundays in the future as well.
And remember, he came in as a potential running back, and they said, you know what, we have a need for you at linebacker, and he'll never leave.
Well, and here's the thing about that. He came in as a running back, wanted to be a running back. And coaches said, hey, it's better for the team if you play linebacker. And he immediately said, okay, I'll play linebacker. And he's going to be an All-American next year and a high draft choice.
Comparable story. Nick Saban, Marcus Spears. Marcus Spears came in as a tight end, and Nick Saban said, look, I'm not doubting your ability there, but you'll make a lot more money playing on the defensive line. And the rest is history.
Yeah, and he made a lot more.
Yes,
he made a whole lot of money. No question about that. We'll take another break, and everybody's been talking about Jonathan Giles.
Yeah.
We heard Devin White talking about him.
7.
Going to wear number 7. When we come back, going to let you, maybe your introduction to the transfer from Texas Tech, the wide receiver, considered to be the top wide receiver in a very solid wide receiver group out there for LSU football. We'll come back and hear from Jonathan Giles right after this pause on Tigers Roar. Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope.
and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Everybody has talked about Jonathan Giles since he transferred from Texas Tech, threw up some really good numbers, but they throw the ball like 90 times a game over there.
Old Cliff boy.
But he is highly regarded, and he has gotten everybody's attention, even in a couple of practices in on spring practice. So
big physical kid.
Wanted to let you hear in interviews, maybe the first time you get to see and hear from wide receiver Jonathan Giles.
I don't know if I can remember a guy who hasn't, played it down for the school, who's gotten as much positive from veterans. I mean, you get number 7 and all that. I mean, is there a responsibility you're carrying with that? How do you feel about the whole situation?
Oh, I'm very honored. Just to be honest with you, it's an honor just to be playing at LSU. I never thought I'd be here, so just being here is motivation for me and my family. So. Just to be honest with number 7 is a great honor. I talked to my parents about it. I talked to DJ about it. He gave me great advice about it. So I'm just honored to be here.
You're from a school that has a lot of success throwing the football. Do you think that you guys can be successful here throwing the ball, considering who's playing quarterback and
the other receivers around you?
Most definitely, Coach Isming has done a great job of the installment. We got 3 great quarterbacks, so it's fun watching them compete, especially Sunday. We got Miles, we got Lowell and Justin, them guys competing every day. And we got some great receivers, so, I feel like we can be the best in the country in the passing game.
You think the pass may set up the run as opposed to maybe the pass? Because you have some good running backs, but you don't have that superstar, at least not yet.
Right. Yes, I feel like we can do both. We can run the pass or we can pass the run. We got Nick, who's a great running back. You got Clyde, and then you got Taylor's come in and done a really good job. So I feel like we can do both.
When you were looking for schools to go to after leaving Texas Tech, LSU doesn't have the history of the passing game. Did that weigh into it at all? And now that you're here, is it surprising that seems to be the direction the offense is going in this year?
To be honest, I think it was just Coach O. He called me at 6:30 in the morning, and like the energy and the pass he had through the phone, it just excited me. I watched LSU as a kid. Everyone watched LSU. So, just getting that call from him was motivation, and it was honored. It was honoring, just inspiration to get that. So that's really why I chose LSU, is because Coach O.
Were you awake at 6:30 in the morning?
I was not. I missed the first call, actually, and then he called me again, and I answered. So it was great. It was a great conversation.
This goes back to when? When was this?
I would say around March.
So a year ago?
A year ago this time.
What else do you like about Coach Insminger?
Just his coaching style, how he coaches. He's hard. He's very hard on us. If he sees something he don't like, he's gonna get on us about it. He's not gonna wait. He's gonna let us know right then and there we need to fix it. And then also, I just love the passion he has for the game. He has so much passion for the game and for his fans and for this organization. So I just love being around him.
What about the receivers that are around you? You've got some guys that look like NFL players, like D. Anderson and some others. How are those guys coming?
Oh, they come along great. D. Anderson, man, I told him when I first got here, he probably got the best hands on the team. And he's a great guy. You got guys like Drake, who's a freak of a nature, and he can run. It's just unbelievable. You got a guy like Justin Jefferson, who's young, but is doing really well, along with Terrence Marshall. So we got some great receivers in that room.
And then Phony, Stephon?
Oh, yes, sir, Phony. 6'6", big body, we can use him for the goal line to go get it. He's got great blocking ability, too. So we got a mixture of receivers.
How do you think the scout team has kind of set you up? We talked to DJ about that before. He went on scout team for that reason, being ineligible, but he talked about how it kind of laid the foundation. What did you try to work on in that year with the scout team?
Me just getting better each and every day. Having that off year, I felt like it was a chance for me to get better each and every day, going against guys like D-Jack, Kevin Tolliver, Greedy. So going against them guys, I feel like I just got better each and every day, competing with them 1-on-1s, 7-on-7 teams. So it was fun. It was fun.
Coach O said they couldn't cover you. I think some of the defensive backs on Twitter had some things to say about that. What's that, just going up against those kind of corners, and you feel like you fared pretty well on the scout team, and what was your reaction to their reaction to?
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, we competed. Some days they'll win, some days, I'll win. So, it was, like I said, it was just good competition all around. We would go back and forth. We would have a little trash talking in there. And so, it was just fun. It was fun to compete against those guys.
Are you on the same level as them as trash talkers? I know Dante's pretty famous as a trash talker.
No, I'm not. I tried to trash talk him for one time, but he got so much. It's just hard to compete with that.
Describe your game for us. If someone hadn't seen you play, what sets you apart as a receiver?
I feel like my route running, my finesse. I'm a guy who like to, I'm shifty. I'm a shifty guy. I like to move around. I have good speed. I'm very explosive. I'll say those 3 things: speed, explosive, and finesse would be the 3 things that I keep my game around.
What do you like about South Louisiana? What do you like about Baton Rouge?
Oh, the food. For sure, the food. I think I've gained. I was 180 before I got here, and now I'm 195. So that can tell you how much I've been eating a lot. But yeah, the food for sure is one thing I love.
You talk about the quarterbacks competing. What do you see, I guess, from each of them that kind of differentiates them, makes them, good in their own way?
Well, a guy like Miles, he's a guy who can drop back, and he got a cannon. He can, he's an under center kind of guy. And then you got a guy like Lowell and Justin, both for spread offensive guy. They like to, read option, RPOs. So I feel like we have 3 good quarterbacks who can do 3 different things.
So what are you eating? Is it crawfish? You getting swell up on sodium, or what?
Crawfish, for sure. I also go to Walk-Ons right down the street. I'll get the Bayou Pasta, which is great. So Walk-Ons and probably Lit Pizza are my 2 favorite things right now.
Very impressive man in the interview there. We'll see if he can be impressive on the football field and get somebody to throw it to him, right? Hey, got a lot of time to work on all that. We'll see what Coach Ed Orgeron and his staff do come up with. We're going to take a break, come back, hit a little baseball for you. Of course, we know the Tigers open up with conference play this weekend, but want to recap, hear from Coach Paul Mainieri after the win over a pretty darn good South Alabama team Wednesday night of this week out at Alex Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field. We'll come back with a little bit of baseball for you. I am Tommy Kreis, and this is Pelican Sports TV. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formula Fair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Tigers picked up a midweek win against a good South Alabama Jaguar team who's picked to win their division in the Sun Belt Conference. Here's Coach Paul Mainieri with some of his comments after the win over South Alabama.
We played a great game tonight. Man, Labus was terrific. We played super defense behind him. How about that play Brant Broussard made early in the game? Labus is just continuing to impress in every way. And we had some super good, first inning, get the first two runners on, a beautiful bunt by Duplantis, clutch hit by Fiducia. We tacked on and, seemingly the game was well and then, our bullpen got a little bit sloppy there for a couple of innings, but Matthew Beck came in and was terrific and got us out of a jam. And then Austin Bain was great. So, hey, listen, it's a good club we beat tonight, and I think we're now, 12-6? So it's at one game less than what we were last year entering into SEC play. But we found out a lot about our team and who we can count on and so forth. So I was very happy with the guys, the way they played tonight, and I thought it was a good win for us.
South Alabama had something like 108 walks or something like that. Yeah, coming into this.
Yeah.
For AJ to have that kind of night.
Well, Labus was a great matchup. I knew that going in because of how many walks that this team draws. And, the team we play this weekend draws a lot of walks as well. But I remember we played Florida State last year in the World Series, and they drew a lot of walks. So that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to walk batters. If you just throw the ball over the plate and good pitches, then you can still get them out. And did AJ have a walk at all? No walks in 6 innings.
1-3 ball count his first.
Yeah. He was obviously a great matchup for us, and all those left-handed hitters, I think they had trouble with his changeup as well. So he just pitched great and gave us a really good chance to win today. And we got to extend him. He was up, I think, to 74 pitches, which is right about what we wanted out of him.
I guess just how happy are you with the way this rotation's come along between the first week and now?
Yeah, well, I had envisioned a rotation with Stores in there and backed up by Hilliard, but Hilliard's had to bump it up a little bit and, pitch, out of the starting role. But I had a vision that Labus could do this for us in the midweek start, and he was outstanding today, and I think he'll continue to be.
I think it's 7 games in a row now. Y'all have scored in the first inning.
We have?
Yeah.
Is that right? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, you're jumping out.
That'll be quite a battle with Missouri because they've scored in the first inning in 8 straight games.
Have they?
Yeah. So, it's nice when you get a lead, and it puts a lot of pressure on the other team defensively. So hopefully as we go into this weekend, it'll be a focus for us defensively as well as offensively. I was not aware of that, so thank you for bringing that to my attention.
You had some clutch hits with the bases loaded tonight, too. It's been kind of a minute since you guys have been able to come through in that situation. So.
Well, we had a few where we didn't come through again tonight, and a few that we did. And that's how baseball can be sometimes. Guys can't come through all the time. We had a good situation there with Zach up earlier in the game, and he struck out, but then he came back later and got a clutch hit. So that kind of epitomizes the way the sport can be.
As always, we appreciate you watching Tigers Roar. If you haven't done so already, give us a like on Facebook. Facebook page is Pelican Broadcasting. Great way to keep up with what we do. Twitter account is @Pelican Sports. And, of course, YouTube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. And Pelican Sports TV, known for its hunting, its fishing, its outdoor programming. Mix in all the local sports at the high school level, the collegiate level, Nichols, Southern, you name it. We've got a lot of good stuff on Pelican Sports TV here for you. And again, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check things out. We appreciate you watching all of the programming. I want to thank Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. You really need to subscribe to that if you're a Tiger fan. Everything you can imagine is there. We appreciate him joining us, as he does on a weekly basis here on Tigers Roar. Don't forget WUBR, the radio station, and enjoy the March Madness. It's tournament time. Lots of stuff going on in the world of sports. On behalf of everyone in the Pelican Broadcasting crew, my name is Tommy Chrysan. Thank you for watching Tigers Roar. We'll speak to you again soon.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change, such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.